Yo, yo, and we are live. What is up, players? Today we have Afi Kingdom. He is an author, podcaster, and amongst a bunch of other things, such as a motivational speaker, an artist, a life and relationship expert.
That's
So
right.
we're just gonna talk about what modern women want in the sexual marketplace today.
Mhm.
So yo Afi, what's up? How are you today?
Man, I'm good. Just on the other side of town, just spending time with my mother and stuff. Hadn't seen her in a while, and I had a week off, so just chilling and you know, mm, just keeping it low key. You know,
Cool, man. Where are you at right now? Where's
I'm in North Carolina right now, in Lake Norman. Yep, I'm in North Carolina right now. So um,
cool?
yeah, just chilling. I go back to work next week, so I'm just hanging out for the week.
Is North Carolina under lockdown?
Yeah, it is. It is, but it's just good. Me and my mom, we talk a lot, so we just enjoying each other's company and stuff.
You're just getting in some family time. It's all good.
Hmm.
Cool. So what is tell us a bit about your background.
My background, as far as with women or just period.
Just how you got into playing, player lifestyle, and how you got into this, you know,
Oh,
teaching people about game and all that.
right. I'm what you would call a natural. I always had women, and I never really had problem obtaining women. The issue with me is when I first started game, what I used to feel like is what I used to think was you had to have like relationships and stuff like that in order to have sex with women, and I figured out early that wasn't the case. Um, at when I was younger, I wanted to eventually like start a family and stuff. I felt like that because uh my father, he passed away when I was young, so I was like, I feel like being a dad is really important. And as I got around maybe 34, 35, started changing a little bit. And, I kind of got off the wanting to be a dad stuff. And that just made the game a lot easier because that was one thing I felt like a woman had over me is the potential of having a family, because that was really important to me. And once that lost its value, I was able to play the game at a higher level. As far as YouTube, I was watching YouTube videos about 2016, maybe around 2016. I think I started. I've been watching stuff for like 5 years. Started off casual, and then I started getting really into it around 2017. The first people who I seen on YouTube was Minister Jap and Solo TV. They had like the single mom videos, which I found were highly entertaining because I never heard anybody talk about those experiences online before that wasn't amongst my friends and my peers. So,
Right.
that was pretty cool. Yeah. And then I had an interview with Mr. Lucario, and that was my first interview. And then when I did that, and from the day after that, um, I started to get consultations and stuff. People emailing me like, "Hey, I got this problem. I got this problem," and I thought it was kind of trippy because, um, he's a well-known dating coach. So I was like, "Why y'all asking me?" It was just kind of crazy because I did that with no intent of, "Oh, I'm gonna be a star or I'm gonna build a platform." And that wasn't. I was just. It was just fun for me to just even do it because I was watching his content.
Just happened naturally.
Hmm.
Like, you didn't go looking for it, to
No,
be like kind of, that's
yeah,
interesting.
I didn't want to be one of those. What do you call it? Those players that are in the lazy boy chairs talking a gang of shit, but don't really people don't really know what's up. I really wasn't that, so I wanted to have a face behind me.
Yeah, man. That's cool, but yeah, that's kind of yeah. I never thought I would be doing this. Like I never, it's not the way I thought. I never thought I'd be on YouTube talking about women and dating and all that kind of stuff. But here
Mm,
we are. It's kind of how things work out in life, right?
right, right. What about you? Do you like I mean, I know that playing the game is fun and doing that kind of stuff, but do you like actually teaching it? Like how do you feel about that?
Like, do I teach?
No, how do you feel about teaching it? Like I know it's fun doing.
Oh, I mean, I came out, I got into it through MLD, so I kind of I saw MLD on YouTube talking to Richard Cooper and Roll Tomasi and probably but um, and I found he was referencing Japan, and I didn't know he was in. I thought he was in America when I first, but then he kept referencing Japan, and then I looked him up on Instagram, and I saw that I looked at his stories, and I see he's in Japan, so I shoot him a DM, and then we end up linking up, and when I'm out, I'm just like I'm kind of just a dog, like I'm always like trying to game and stuff, but he'd see me just like doing game when we were out, and he was like, "Dude, you need to teach this because you're pretty good at it," like and I would just do it naturally. And I really didn't really didn't want to at the start. Uh I just didn't see myself as a personality on the internet. Um but I just like I saw MLD do it, so I thought I'd try it out. So that's how I got into it. Like I'm pretty. I know this. I kind of know this pretty well, like very well, because I'm different from you because I was not always like this. I had to learn this. I was not an. I don't think I was a natural. I think we're like a lot of us are products of our environment. I was like I went to an all boys all male high school, so I wasn't around women when I was a teenager. So like when I went to university, when I went to college, when I finished high school, I was like starting off like I was way behind a lot of people, a lot of guys. I was very blue pill, very unaware of female nature. You know, I was completely outside of all the I wasn't paying attention to any kind of I was just a product, like I said, a product of my environment, product of the Disney culture. I thought you had to do the right thing, be a nice guy. And
Right.
it didn't get me very far. I tell you that much. Um, I I basically thought I'm from Ireland, so we have a very strong drinking culture.
Right,
I'm
right.
not exaggerating this. I didn't think you were allowed to like hit on girls unless it was in a bar or nightclub setting. I didn't think that it was possible to like do day game. Like seriously, I didn't understand all that thing. Um,
And
so-
so you had like a culture, you had a culture shock.
Say that again.
You had a culture shock.
Yeah, man.
You had a culture
So
shock once you start.
yeah, man. I mean, it started off where I went from only doing you know approaching girls, being around women when I was drinking or in a bar, and then I eventually I quit drinking, and I moved over to Japan in 2015. A little bit before that, in 2014, I kind of came across some red pill material such as Rollo Tomasi. That kind of opened my eyes a little bit. But long story short, I came to Japan, and I wasn't. I just started doing game basically, because there's just so many hot women are out and about on the streets, and I went really hard at it. But for the when I first realized it was possible, it was like a whole new world opened up for me. So it's different. I guess you started off like you just kind of were always around women, or what was up? Yo, are you there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, yeah. You were always
I'm here.
around women, or like you said you were natural. So how was that?
I was always around women, but at the same time, I was very observant. I was an interesting kid who really paid attention to human behavior and the way people respond to things and the cause and effect of things. That was kind of my, I don't want to say it was my hobby, but I was a big people watcher and I would pay attention to cause and effect. You know what I mean? So instead of like I always tell people who want to learn the game and learn how to advance that the most important thing, Republic, what up? The most important thing is to learn the conversation. And once you can master that, then you can kind of fill out people. Um, as you see, when I'm in the manosphere, uh, I'm able to have conversations with everybody. Some people, even if they're popular, they're kind of limited on their audience and limited on what kind of people uh, that listen to them. You know what I mean? But I'm kind of to the point where uh, simps like me, players like me, white guys, Spanish guys, older guys, younger guys, I'm able to touch the whole thing, and that's because of my upbringing too. Because I was a grew up in a very diverse background when I was young. You know, I was around all people. Like you said that you were in an all male school. Uh, I grew up around predominantly white people when I was young, so I had a pretty good, stronger education. Uh, learn a nice vocabulary and just learn how to talk to different people. Me talking to other people was a norm because I was raised that way already. I never had to feel like I had to conform or code switch because I was that was my environment. You know, it's what I knew. So it wasn't a hard thing for me to turn on and off. Then when it came to the dating, I don't know, bro. I came into the dating a little later. Well, I wouldn't say late, but it felt late to me because there were people around me that were having sex and dating and doing this stuff at 10, 11, 12. I wasn't doing it. Yeah,
Holy
bro.
shit.
Yeah,
Damn.
so I know people that were doing that. I started around 15. That's when I
Okay.
started really being for real. But even though that sounds young to the casual person, it doesn't seem young to me because there had been yeah people I've been hearing stuff for years, not like 1 year, like one whole year. I'm not getting what 13. That's the eighth grade. Ain't getting none eighth grade. Ain't nothing getting none ninth. So it just 1 year of it went to. So it seemed like I was late to the party, and then that's how come I feel like I caught up.
That shit was
You know.
going on in like in your school, like around your friends and shit.
Yeah, bro. I mean, there was rumors
Damn.
of teachers having affairs with students and stuff in middle school, man, where I
Holy
grew up.
shit. In your junior
Yeah.
high school.
Yeah, it didn't just come around new like how people think. See, it's just more of a thing now because social media can show it, you know.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
it's been
man.
going on.
Social media.
It's been going on, bro, for a while. But
Oh yeah,
just
I'm
with
sure
social
it goes on, but
exposure.
that's wild that your friends were like, yeah, going at it in like junior high school. Damn. Like
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I
wasn't
wasn't no
in,
nasty kid.
huh?
Like I wasn't one of those kids who was in the humping. You know how kids I'm a hump, and that was never my thing, bro. I liked doing my purpose. I liked doing my drawing. I liked dressing nice. I was always into dressing really nice. Being raised by women and stuff. They're like, "Oh, you're cute. We're gonna put you in this. We're gonna," I'm like, "All right." I used to have had waves when I was young, and then I had a little curly top. Remember, they used to have that was real popular when I was young, the curly top with the part, and I just thought I was all that, man.
Yeah. That's
But
cool,
that's
man.
the thing. That's the key, bro. I thought I was all that because I thought I was all that. It wasn't because of women I was slaying, because I wasn't slaying none. I was a kid. But that I didn't never validate of how good of a man or player I thought I was because of how much ass I was getting. Because even when
Mm.
I wasn't getting none, I still thought I was raw. So I still was. I was turning down stuff.
Yeah, I would consider 15 pretty young. I mean, like yeah, I don't know. I often think like I don't know, I think the reason I have like I don't know, compared to guys, I know guys that went to like mixed schools, guys and girls, and I don't know. Some of those guys, I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but some of those guys are more content with one girl. Like with me, I'm I have like a thirst. Like, I have a thirst for like variety more than people who had like a normal like went to a mixed school or whatever, because they were around. They did the normal like teenage dating thing. They had the normal kind of interaction with females growing up. I didn't have that, so I kind of missed out on the normal thing. I didn't do the whole going on dates with chicks when I was in all through high school. I completely missed that boat. So I don't know. I personally think the reason I am the way I am, where I just like I'm insatiable kind of with I just want new and like I want as many as possible.
I went through that. I
I
went
don't
through
think,
that phase too.
huh?
I went through that phase too.
Mm,
Um, I mean, I was. Hold on one second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
that's all right. Yeah, so I don't know. I thought maybe yeah, the reason I am the way I am is like I'm kind of psychologically possibly making up for lost time. But
Oh, that can be it too. I remember I was bro. I used to slay. I used to slay like one a week for years, bro. That was like minimum, bro.
yeah, man, it's but you were saying about social media, like we're seeing like you're saying like it's getting exposed more, like these teachers like hooking up with that kind of thing is getting exposed, right? But it always
Mhm.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I was dealing with older chicks too. I was dealing with older chicks too when I was not when I was in the eighth grade though, but when I got to let's see, how long did it take me to really get good? It took me it took me the time to when I had the first time I had sex with the woman who I didn't have a relationship with. I got pretty good because even though I was a natural, I still felt like you had to take these steps, you know? Like that was just no matter game or no game. You like a girl, you have to tell her you like her and, walk around with her and talk to her on the phone and tell her, baby, I miss you. Like that was like what you was supposed to do. And once I figured out I didn't have to follow the steps, I really got good, you know? So that's how I like up in my life now. I don't really want a relationship, bro. I want a life partner, man. If that make any sense.
That's like that's your objective now.
I wouldn't call it my objective, no. But that's what like I wouldn't mind, even having I don't know, bro. I've always been against authority and I always like doing my own thing and I don't like following rules. So I could be with a woman forever, but it just couldn't be the way that she wanted it. You know what I mean?
I feel you
I
on that.
could.
I'm not with the authority either. I was always the rebellious one in school and shit. But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't. I see. But on what kind of terms would you have it? Because the way I see it, it's hard to find, especially you're in America, man. I feel
Mhm.
like I don't know. You gotta. I don't live in. You're living there, so you tell me. But the way I see it, I see it's like really hard. It looks like it's really, really hard to maintain a relationship.
Mhm.
Like, I don't call myself like a relationship coach. I'm like a get laid coach kind of thing. I don't pretend that I know about relationships, but you're kind of different in that you know about relationships, right?
Mhm.
But like
Yeah, I know
growing
about
up,
it.
it's hard to like maintain a relationship in Western culture now.
Yeah. I mean, see, this is the thing, bro. And I'm gonna actually drop some heavy game that nobody understands. Um, People are in relationships, bro, but sometimes, Mac, they don't even know where they stand. Am I making sense? Like,
Yeah, man.
like put it like this. So if you say one of your buddies, right? So let's use one of your buddies. Let's see who was in the chat. Let's see, Brad, or let's say Xavier, right? Or Christian. Okay, let's use Christian. He said Philly's in the house. So Christian, say Christian's a good buddy of yours. So you know his girlfriend, right? So you know he tells you, "Oh yeah, meet my girl." Like so, say you're having a party. Okay, this I'm gonna paint this picture. You're having a New Year's party, right?
Right.
Yeah, it made me think of Jonathan. So you're having a New Year's party, and you know, my man who I just said, Christopher, he's like, "Yeah, I got this girl, yada yada yada." He showed you pictures. He's told you about her, right? And this sort of thing. This is what she does. This is how she is. Blah blah blah. Right? And then so maybe he'll give you an opportunity to meet her. So you guys are at a party, it's a social environment. So then you'll actually like have a conversation with the girl, right? Her perception of the relationship may be totally different from his. You
Right.
see, people can be
Mm.
on people, two people can be in a relationship but have two different agendas. What's going on, Matt? And people don't know that because they don't check in. When you're in a relationship, you gotta do a lot of check in. And the reason why relationships don't work is because people assume what the other person is feeling or what they want or what they need. You know?
Right. Yeah, man. That's personally, it doesn't look too appealing to me to enter into a relationship in Western society. Uh, I just think there's such a men and women are so polarized. There's such a you're going to be fighting against, 'cause women are taught to, see men as like a competition.
Mm. Well, let me correct my own words. So that's not an objective of mine, and I'm not even saying that's a want of mine. I'm just saying I would be open to,
Right.
you know. See,
Okay.
and it's like, and I talked to my lady friend about this. Like, they always have a vision of what things could and would be, and they don't want to accept what is.
Mm,
They'll look at back to Damer. He's a nice looking guy. He wears these cool hats. He got swag and stuff. But if I just make him more uh humble or more make him more, of a gentleman, and that be their whole mission. Their mission don't be to make you happy necessarily. Her mission would be to make you conform to what her vision of what you look like should be.
right. What do you think of this? Like, when it comes to dating women,
Hey, shout
if
out
they
to you.
like,
You asked some good questions too, bro. I like your
huh?
questions, bro. I love your questions too. Shout out to you.
Cool, man. Um,
No,
you
seriously,
know,
I do interview. I don't like every interview I do.
no, I just like talking to you, man. Yeah, like, you know, good. You
Yeah,
know a lot
I
of
got
shit.
all fun, bro.
Yo, so like, what do you think? If you're, if a chick likes you, right?
Right.
You can pretty much get away with. I think you can pretty much get away with like anything, and it will actually serve you more to treat her worse. Sounds
Right.
crazy, but once a chick likes you, it, if you actually become too nice to her, she'll kind of get turned off by it. But
Yeah.
if you have her hooked and you know you start cheating, she starts seeing you with other chicks, it'll kind of make her like go crazy and like even love you, like become more and more infatuated with you. That's been my kind of experience. Like,
True.
what do you think
And
about
and
that?
that's the thing, bro. You cannot explain this stuff to women. Like you can tell women, "Oh, I ain't like that. Oh, my friend ain't like that. That's them girls you deal with." But if you look at their history book, it'll tell you the same story. Just like his story, ask her story.
Mm.
You know?
What do you mean ask her story? Like try and find out the truth about her past or what?
No, okay. Like an example, you'll meet a woman, right, and she'll say, "Oh, Mac, I was dating this guy for 5, 10 years, and he treated me wrong, and he cheated on me and did all this stuff." But guess the key words is she was with him 5 years.
Mm.
So if it was that bad, why would you stick around that long? Because it's not that bad. That's why.
Yeah.
It's like they have a battle within their own thoughts.
Mm. Yeah, man. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it so many times. Like where you know I've had personal experiences where I'd be making moves on a chick and she wouldn't show me much interest, but as soon as she sees me with another chick, her interest goes through the roof. You know.
When I learned that situation, when I learned that lesson, I learned. See, that's the thing about me is I'm just a very observant guy, man, and I go through the same thing that other people go through, but I just have different takeaways. So I learned this lesson at around 21. I remember I was trying to get my ex back, and I would try to like logically tell her, "Oh, it needs to be like this. You need to act like this. I'll do this." And none of that shit would work. But when I moved on in life, then here her ass come. And it's like, how come I mean I didn't beg, but how come when I pursued you, you didn't really want to listen? I'm not telling her this, I'm talking to my own brain at this point. How come when I pursue her and try to win her over, it doesn't work, but when I don't pay her any attention, now she wants mine. And then a light bulb switch, like, oh, this is interesting. And then I start trying out the mindset. And then I was like, okay, this is not a coincidence because every time this is how it goes. And this is before red pill, this is
Yeah, man.
before female, this is before all of this. Rob,
It's
what
it's
up,
it's
Rob?
in- it's interesting, isn't it? Like you can use that as a strategy, but I never used that. Like I never intentionally like tried to set that up, Like but I just saw it happen natural. Like I saw it happen like where it would be coincidental, where I would be with, I was, I made moves on a girl, she rejected it. Then she happened to see me with another girl, whether out in public, wherever, and then all of a sudden, like she's giving me indicators of interest. She's like, and I end up getting with them like that. You know,
Mhm.
it's crazy, isn't it? What I was going to ask you, what do you think, like about women like outing themselves on social media? Do you think like social media has changed women, or is it just that social media is out like telling us the truth about female nature?
I would say it's a combination of both. Some of this stuff's going on, but it's had a balloon effect because
Yeah.
women know, like we talked about earlier, the cause and effect. Women realize when I do this, I get this result. The result that they get is validation, and that's what they like.
Right.
That's what they and they figure out a way to continuously get it. So that's the change. See, it's like back in the day, right? When say in a relationship with a woman, when she breaks up, or say the man breaks up with her, right? So what she would usually have to do,
We got Half Kingdom has been cut off. Let me see. I don't know. Let's see if we can get him back in. But
my bad, here I go.
yeah, you got cut
Um,
off.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Continue on there.
um, damn, what's the last thing I said?
You were talking about the I asked you, do you think social media has you know
Yeah,
changed women, or is it just has it just out telling us their true female nature? You said it
right.
was a
So
combination of both.
yeah, a combination of both because women have been doing these things. Well, so I was saying, like an example is a woman will break up with her dude. So usually, when a woman will break up with a dude, she'll sit up and cry, wonder about him. What is he doing? Does he still love me? Is he thinking about me? And that sort of thing. And then that would be the notion. See, now girl can break up with her dude, and then she can just post a picture from 2 years ago when she was hot, and then here come all her exes in 5 minutes. So it gives them unlimited access. Even me though, like just right now, like excuse me, um, I literally have access to every woman I ever dated before through Facebook. I'm not sex, but just who I've had somewhat of a relationship with. I can hit them up anytime, you know. Just maybe a few days ago, I had a conversation on Instagram with this girl who I took her virginity when she was 15 and I was 16. She's got married and she had 5 kids divorced, and we just happened to just talk. Now, what I'm saying is, if it wasn't for social media, she would have been in a situation like whatever happened to her. She wasn't able to have access to me, and she was just basically telling me like, "Man, this is crazy that I seen you online because I was just telling my daughter about my first, and here you come the same day." You see, and that kind of interaction. Now, I don't want her or nothing like that, but it's just the fact that the access.
Right. Yeah,
Hmm.
man. It's yeah. I don't know. It's like what I don't. I barely use like Facebook or anything like that. But it's sometimes I check in to see like how how women how not just women but like just to see how people are doing or whatever. And I noticed like I'm 32 years old, but I notice like girls my age like almost none of them are in relationships. All like a couple of them have kids. It's just a crazy. 30 back in the day, like even like 10, 15 years ago, 32-year-old women would like they'd already have like two or three children. They'd be married. Things like that. What do you think of like what's going on? Like I don't know what it's like where you're at, but you know,
Well, it's because now, see, this is the thing. I say around 10, 15 years ago, relationships were the narrative that was painted, right? Now, relationships are like marriages. People just try them. I love you. You say I love you. I say I love you. You say you love me. We've been together for 2 years. Let's just get married. That's because that's just the next step. You know what I mean? And it doesn't work out. And then they're like, okay, well, that didn't work. Let's just live life. Like, marriage is supposed to be a vow between God, not supposed to be something you try. It's supposed to be something you dedicate yourself to.
mm,
You know,
yeah,
so that
there's not really a need. There's not really a need for you know relationships because the state will provide for these chicks. They can get money. They can get this, that, and the other. Um, Ultimately, like these girls will talk up, talk a lot. Like they'll say, a woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle. But once they get like the wall, once they 30, once they ultimately know that their value is going down. That they'd rather die than ever admit it. You know, so they'll say in one sentence, I'd rather, I don't need no man, I don't need any of this. I'm a boss bitch, And in the next sentence, they'll say, why can't I find a nice guy? I just want to like, where are all the good guys gone? Um, but society has like pissed on men for so long and belittled them and turned them into like, pussies basically. What do you think of
mm-hmm.
that?
Man, it's excuse me, it's definitely true, man. It's definitely true. It's just different, man. Like I think the point of being red pill, man, is just to understand what women do and how they react and why they do what they do. It's not to like be fucking prophets of knowledge to talk about it in the barbershop in the locker room. You're actually supposed to be doing this shit and being a Mr. Man in action, like my man Mr. Man in action in the chat. You know, that's what you're supposed to be. That's what the information is for. It's just like if I teach you how to fish, it doesn't matter if I teach you how to fish and then you can just theoretically say, oh, you get this bait, you do this, you throw it 3/4 of a mile to this. Can you fucking do it though?
Mm,
Can
yeah,
you
man.
actually talk about it? I can be a NBA commentator and say LeBron James did this, he should have did this. But if I was on the court, could I do it?
Right.
And
Yeah, yeah,
that's what it
yeah.
boils down to.
Yeah. I use the analogy a lot. Like I used to like do a bit of surfing. I wasn't really good, but I could surf a little bit. I used to surf with my brother, right? and he was
Mm,
like a fan of surf. He was like into surfing, right? But he
mm,
would like watch like surfing movies and like read about it a lot, and but I wasn't so much into that. But whenever he would go surfing, he would like we'd both go together, and I'd just get out there, and I was kind of naive, and I would just put myself in harm's way where these waves are crashing. But
hey,
I would learn more because I was like putting myself in harm's way and just kind of like dropping into waves, and ultimately, but my brother was like kind of too, he was too about the books and the studying about like being too
mm,
cautious. But when you just get involved, like you learn a lot more, right? It's the same with kind of game, right? You can learn, you can read all these like blogs and watch all the YouTube videos and do this and that, but if you don't get involved in it, you're not gonna improve, right?
facts. Facts. Hey, real quick, Mr. Man in Action, you gotta watch my last video with my mom's, bro. My mom drops bar. I did a video with my mom the other day, bro, and she dropped fire bars.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, go
Talk
check it out.
about
It's the last my last video
it. I'm
from
gonna check it
yesterday.
out.
So you will have to look for it. It's the last one that I did, and I want to elaborate. Brad says join a Facebook group. I would agree with that. If you, I'm telling you, bro, these Facebook groups, you will see women who are your Facebook friends. And if you see them in this group, they're totally different people, bro. I'm telling you, like the first group, the first Facebook group I joined, I don't know if you remember this, but maybe about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, they had a big phenomenon with the beard. What was it? Beard. What was it? Beard matters. Beard
How-
matters. Well, basically, it was like all these hot guys with beards and stuff like that, right? And then it went viral, and within like 2 days, it had like over 2 million members in there. And it started off as just like a club for men to just show off their beards and shit. And what happened was it started off hell of the women in there, bro. They got so thirsty for the dudes that they would actually come in these groups and audition for the man. Like just when you get off of here, yeah, bro. So when you get off of here, just Google beard game matters, and then you'll see all the members and stuff like that. And then it's like when you go in there, and then there's other groups like this too. This is just the first one that I experienced, and you'll see them like they'll be like, I'm 5'5", I make this much money doing this, then they're posting their selfies up. So it's like the role reversal. And then there's other ones like there's sex ones. I'm in sex Facebook groups, dating Facebook groups, and then women will be like leaving comments like, um, sucking dick, fast or slow, and then they'll just you get just to see you just get to see everything like oh
This
yeah.
you told me this is like a group for women, like to find like is it just women being thirsty? It sounds like I don't know, man. It sounds cringy. Um, it's something about it, it's something about it when women become like the chaser, that is like when women start chasing, it's cringe, right? It's like when you see two women fighting. I honestly, I don't even like watching like UFC female fights. I don't know, like whatever. Like I just don't think, I don't know. It just doesn't do anything for me. If even like if I see two guys going at it in the street, I'm gonna
Mhm.
kind of want to see like a knockout or something. Like that's just an like, you know, probably just in the that kind of like you want to see the rawness of like a fight or whatever. But if it's two females, like it's like I don't really want to. It's like but it's like it's the same thing when you see females like chasing guys, like when they go like post wall, when they're like 30, 31, 32, or and older, whatever. Like from then on, like when women start chasing men, it's like it shouldn't, like it's kind of cringe, right? Is it, that's kind of what you're describing, is it? Like these women that are like desperate for men on a in a Facebook group? Is that what you're talking about? And they're like they're chasing these dudes. I don't know. It's funny to see.
Well, you can just go to any high value guy with a lot of followers, and you'll see his comment sections of the difference. When the guys have a big following, whether it's for photography, whether it's for bodybuilding, fitness, you get to see the interaction is different. The guys posting the women are heart eyes. Oh my God. Ooh, I want to taste you. Oh my God, girl. Or just look at when women, when dudes go viral with the prints, right? They'll show they print and they sweats and stuff. And you see how thirsty women like, oh my God, ooh, Lord girl. And they'll be putting all these emojis and all of these what do they call those? Not memes, but gifs. Like women are super nasty, bro.
Yeah, man. I, Adam O'Kane says, are you kidding? The women are supposed to chase you. That's why women slide in your DMs. You know, I mean, I don't have really high value Instagram go. My Instagram is like photography and shit, erotic photography. But so occasionally I have girls sliding in looking for photo shoots, but even out of the guys I like, the high value guys I know, the DHV guys, if there's any women sliding into their DMs, even with I know some really like some hot dudes, let's just say, and even the women that slide into their DMs are not genuinely not hot, average at best. Like hot high value women do not chase men, in my opinion. They'll give indicators of interest. They might like your photo. A girl like liking your post. If a girl likes your photo, that's like her like massively like showing that she's really into you. Women are basically cowards when it comes to like chasing men. What do you think about that?
That's 100% true, but the key is to kind of like know. It's like men know how to capture women's interest, but they don't know how to keep it.
Mm.
So women, so like for instance, women will give a man choosing signals, and then he'll be, is it choosing? I don't know. Is it choosing? And then she's like, well, fuck it. This guy doesn't know what choosing signals are. Let me move on to the next one.
Yeah, man. I mean, another reason, like I'm of the opinion too, like, and I've just seen too much. Like, you know, another reason I had to learn game is because, I'm not a top 10-20% guy in terms of like in terms of looks. Like, so, you know, you know, like that's what made me really good at game, because I had to understand, I had to like use my confidence, use my swagger to like bag these women. I didn't go entirely like off my looks, is because obviously I looks max. I care about fashion, I care about my fitness. I make myself as like appealing as possible, pretty much. Like, I care about how I look, I care about my health. But other guys, they get a they'll get more attention maybe. But like I said, like, even I have friends that are objectively better looking than me, like,
But
and
they miss the game part. See, that's the thing. They focus so much on the status to get women that they know how to get their attention. They don't know how to play the game. It's just like
right,
you can
yeah,
study
so,
basketball till you know how to. Once you play basketball, you know the fouls, you know the calls, you know what does what.
mm.
I know, and then you figure that stuff out by being in the mix. You know what
And
I'm saying?
when these guys don't have game, right? And when they
Mm.
don't, some of these guys don't even know their value. And sometimes these guys will like end up hooking up with these like average chicks, because the chicks will chase them, and the guys
Mm.
will, oh, it's coming to me, so I'll just take it. And it's like, dude, you could be getting so much better if you just had a little bit of game, just a
I'm
little bit. Like,
I'm a game up right now. You ready?
yeah, yeah.
See, I'm gonna step up your game. See, I'm all about the dominance mindset. So today, what's today? February, whatever day it is, 8th, 17th, 18th, whatever, 15th. Well, I don't know what day
18th
it is.
here in Tokyo.
Okay. You said I'm not a that good of looking of a guy. Erase that. You're a good looking guy to me, bro.
No, I mean I'm like no, I'm not not unconfident about my looks. I'm just like objectively, um,
So all women don't like the same thing. You got to realize
there's
that.
always
Like,
better, but
say like buff guys or six packs. All women aren't into that.
yeah,
Just
yeah, no,
like
for sure. But
all 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 people aren't into Instagram thoughties. Like I don't like that those kind of women.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like conservative chicks.
No, but my point is, it's like you can't like just piggyback off like even if you are like a really good like even
Mhm.
if you're not like you need to have game just like regardless of your looks. That was my point. But
Oh,
you know, I'm not saying looks aren't important. I definitely think like the better you look, the easier things become. That like when it comes to like when it comes to hooking up, that's the cold hard truth in my opinion. Like the better you make yourself look, like in terms of fashion, in terms of like your appearance, you'll you'll start the door might be easier to open, but that's why guys should care. Like you say, you care about your fashion, you care about this, that's
mhm,
important. Women care about that.
mhm. Yeah, the
So
way
that
you smell, it's little stuff, bro. Like, if you are a guy, okay, see everything in the game, bro. You just reverse it, and this is about attraction. This is about behavior. This is about everything. So, like, say for instance, you ever seen a woman? She's not might she. You ever seen a woman and she may not be that hot, but she might have a cute body, but she may walk very sexy, right?
Oh yeah, I think those women are can be some of the hardest women to get because they get the most attention. The women with the fire bodies and the really good sexy fashion. So
Mm.
some of those women have a real bad attitude because they're hate on so much. They're hate on more than the girls that are tens because like in my opinion, like guys care more about like the body. They'll talk, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They might be like, oh, she's not that cute, but we all know she has the most fire body, like the best ass or real nice titties or nice legs, and like she might have an average face that might not be nothing to write home about, but she'll have the unbelievable body and she'll get so much attention. She'll be so inundated with attention because guys will feel kind of like confident enough because she's not that cute in the face, but she'll have a killer body and do you notice that too?
Uh-huh. But the point I was making is it's the same thing in reverse, bro. So it's like uh how we say how I was just talking about the walk, right? So you can if you walk very masculine, right, and have a presence about you, that will attract women. Just like your voice, like you see how my voice is monotone right now. Um, you know what I'm saying? Um, it just like that, like so that women like that kind of stuff. You got to be able to play all off all of your cards. It's 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 just knowing the different parts of the game and knowing how to fill out situations and knowing when to do what and when to show what. You know. You,
Yeah, man, I get it. um I don't know. Did you see that clip of a chick on Joe Rogan talking about her boyfriend getting beaten in a fight? You there, Effie? Um, I don't know. Connection's kind of bogus, but I might show that
yeah,
clip.
I'm here.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Did you did you see that clip of the chick talking about her ex on Joe Rogan podcast? It was kind of floating around Twitter a bit.
No, no, no. You gotta put me on game with that one.
Okay, I might. It's just a short clip. I want to share it and then get your opinion on it. Okay.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
During the fight, he almost gets knocked out. As this guy is mauling him, he goes like this. What do you think I was thinking? not good thoughts. Yeah, you didn't like it. No. Did it turn you off? Oh my God, so much. Whoa. I was like, dude, you're getting f***ed up, and as you're falling to the canvas, you still need to go f*** you. Wow. You're like, yeah, like that. So the way he was getting beaten was f***ing with you. Yeah. It wasn't just that he was getting beaten. I don't care. He was like I don't care. Away. Yeah, I don't care. If he wasn't digging you're not in. Gonna. Yeah. Like you gotta like take that. Take it. Yeah, like like a champ or like a fighter. Right. Yeah, you can't be like. Wow. Was that the beginning of the end? Yeah. And he was a great first boyfriend. He was great. During the fight, he almost gets knocked out.
All right. So, huh?
Whose girl was that? Whose ex girl was that?
Oh, I don't know who she was, but that's not the point. It's like she was some the girlfriend of some MMA fighter or something. She saw him lose a fight, and it's just interesting. Like Richard Cooper, he always says like women like wait at the finish line and pick the winners. This is just like a textbook perfect like example of that kind of mentality, and like right. It's my opinion. Like the evidence is there that like it's 100% like almost 100% of women think like this. Most of them still won't like openly say it as bluntly as this chick. This chick is like speaking up for all the women that don't have the confidence to say it because they'll fear being like criticized for being so harsh. But this woman's basically telling the truth. What do you think about that?
It's true. You can use a good example from this clip. Have you ever seen Creed Part 2?
Creed Part 2, maybe. I don't think so, but
well, you know Rocky, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Son, Apollo's son, and he made the Apollo son, and then the second one he fought Drago's son.
Okay, yeah.
So basically, in the movie, Creed 2, how I want to explain it. So basically, okay, Apollo's son, he was the champ or whatever, and then Ivan Drago, which was Rocky's arch nemesis for so many years, he was in Germany, whatever, one of them spots, and then so he had basically hit rock bottom since he lost the fight to Rocky, and people weren't fucking with him no more and shit like that. And then it got to the point where Ivan Drago was knocking everybody out, and then he emerged to be a star, and then he got put on the spotlight to fight Apollo Creed's son, and he beat him up real bad and stuff like that. And then his wife, Ivan Drago, the one he was married to on Rocky IV, they had been split up. But when he got hit with the spotlight, she came back in the picture like, oh my God, this guy's going to be champ again. Now our son, because remember they had a kid, so it's like, oh, our son's gonna be, and she got all back luck. Oh yeah, let's do it. And then when he ended up getting his ass whooped, she cut on him again.
Yeah, I mean,
I would suggest watching it. It's a good ass movie. Just not even for that moment. If y'all ain't never seen Creed 2, I suggest watching it. It's really good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, art reflects reality. These a lot of the time, it's crazy, but
that's the main problem. That's the main problem. That's the main problem is people be thinking the stuff that happening on TV is just for TV. Like, oh, that's just TV, or that's just cheaters. It's fake. Like that's what they think. No, it's real, bro.
It's real. Yeah, it's funny, but I think it's just like there should be more like awoken guys than ever before, but most guys like in our space, like we're still such a minority. It's like I'm okay with it because it's like it's more for us, but yeah, it's funny, but like what do you think like about another point, like girls like refusing, Western girls in particular, because here in Japan, and not only Japan but like Asian countries, and girls are more like
I go to Japan, bro. I really wanted to go over there and see what it's about, and now I don't even have the option to go. I'm sad about that. That was on my bucket list to go to Japan.
Yeah, man. Hopefully things open up, man. It's a load of bullshit, but girls over here are like way more based around the wall. Like they'll accept like that, that men, they understand that they should find like a man to settle down with before
Mhm.
they reach the, before they hit the wall. But like,
Mhm.
what do you think that, Western society, like women kind of outright refuse to acknowledge the wall? Like they just refuse it. Like they pretend it's not a thing, when like it's just 100% men value youth and beauty like more than anything else. Like, and I'm not saying like women freak out and like, oh, you just like, personality is definitely important when it comes to like a relationship, but what hooks men is the youth and beauty. Like that's the hook. Like personality is important, but like not it's still doesn't trump youth and beauty for the initial attraction. But what do
Well,
you think? Why do you think Western women like refuse to accept it?
too much influence from outwards propaganda.
Yeah,
What's accepted. A woman could be 300 pounds and still be desired online. And
yeah,
guys can talk all this red shit player shit they want to, but if you go to any plus size model, go y'all check it out. Go to Instagram and type in plus size model, or type in BBW, and then go to some of these profiles with these big chicks with like 20, 30,000 followers on Instagram and stuff. And then just check out their comment sections, and that'll tell you right there. I'll take you as is. I'll drink your bath water. Like all this stuff.
mental, isn't it? Um,
Mm.
I had an interesting question on my show the other day where someone asked like, why do you think the default mode for men is like for most Western men in general is to simp. Why do most men simp? Like why is that a thing when it's like it's not what actually attracts women?
Because they listen to what women say, and women say what they want and don't even really know what that is. That's why.
Hmm.
Women will tell you, I want a man to open up the doors, call me beautiful, and buy me flowers every single day. And then when the man does it, the woman doesn't respond the way that the woman tells them that they will. That's why.
Yeah, man, for sure. Let me just share another clip since we were speaking about the wall. It's like I made this meme. I'm watching Fresh and Fit podcast has had some like they kind of expose like female nature a lot on their podcast just from having just from
And
letting
they're,
women
and they're in
speak.
the perfect place too. Because see, like, that's another thing. Guys need to understand women are different and different demographics. So like Miami chicks are like Miami chicks. The Miami chicks don't work the same way Japan chicks do. Japan chicks don't work the same way New York chicks do, but they try to marginalize it. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the real game. Y'all in the
Yeah,
chat quiet. Press one if y'all here. Is y'all enjoying the stream or rep? Press a fire sign in the chat or press a one if y'all here. I'm here. Go
cool,
ahead.
cool. Let's just listen to this. Yeah.
For women, it's boom, boom. For most women, it's boom, boom.
Well, I know one woman who is 48. She was pregnant with twins. And she didn't know she was pregnant until she started gaining weight.
Wow.
Her clothes didn't fit her. She was like,
You realize how rare that is, how ultra
Very
rare. Did she have
rare.
healthy children? Did they have Down syndrome? Was there anything wrong genetically?
no, she has 4 kids plus those twins.
Exceptionally rare. In fact, that's dangerously rare.
Really?
That's another disservice I think we do.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Right around.
I've come to talk with you again.
Who is that, bro?
Because
No, I
Who is
just
that?
huh?
Who is that lady right there?
Just some guest they had on Fresh and Fit podcast. I don't know who she was but it's just like kind of it's funny how like these women will always pick the exception. Like they won't, there's always an exception, you know? Like it's always but they'll like, oh, they'll find one woman that had, was able to have children at 48 years old, like out of like 10 million or whatever, some ridiculous thing, and they'll be like, oh, that gives me hope. It's like, but that's not the rule. That's the exception.
You know what?
Um,
Is I
huh?
I be it's like I followed a few when Sarah J, when she went on Fresh Fit. I mean, I was already familiar with her, but I went ahead and followed her. And then when on Instagram, how the algorithm is once you follow one, Then they all come, like, what about her? What about her? The same type of, isn't that crazy, bro? That how the algorithm is so strong. Like if you, like if I go follow a white girl, it's gonna suggest me hella white girls. If I go follow a Spanish girl, it's gonna keep suggesting me women similar to that. Like it's crazy how that goes. You know what I'm saying? But uh, I start looking at like porn stars that I grew up on, and it's like, damn, they kind of fell off. Like I remember she used to be so hot. Now it's like, wow, it's like she's totally went down. I'm not talking about Sarah J. I'm just talking about different ones. Like
Mm.
crazy, bro.
Yeah, it was like, I was talking with MLD today. Well, not today, but we talked about it recently where, we're wondering, like, do you think, like, when women, like, sleep around, does that, like, take a toll on their aging, or is it the lifestyle? Personally, I'm of the opinion that it's not the sleeping around that ages women. It's the lifestyle that goes with it. It's like the drinking, like the partying, stuff like that.
You're 100% correct, bro. When women sleep around with a lot of guys, they're just taking on a lot of different guys' energy, bro. And then she comes for you. So you're meeting this girl. She's carrying around like 30 to 50 different energies and experiences to you. You know. So it's that wears them out because they're emotionally tied to multiple dudes and emotionally drained and heartbroken and shit like that. So then they come, you need to be fixed. You know.
Yeah, man. It's interesting, but it's just, I don't know. I just see like these Western women like aging like really badly. Like in
Mm.
America, like you can meet a 30-year-old Japanese woman and it'll be like, damn, she looks like, honestly, she looks like a 21-year-old like Western chick.
Right.
It's like the lifestyle, like the whole, it's just like they don't care about their health as much in Western countries, and they're just like they're
Now they
just
don't care. They don't care, but they just care about the moment, bro. That's why they just care about the moment, brother.
yeah. So like, where do you see things going? Like, I don't know. I just see things going like down. Like, it sounds pessimistic, but in like for Western societies, I don't see relationship. The relationships between men and women getting better anytime soon. I see it getting worse. Um, I just
I
don't
think
think it's
guys should. I think guys should start studying social media and celebrity relationships, and that'll tell you hypergamous and just how women move by watching that. Don't stop watching stuff like that for entertainment. Like, oh my god, that was so funny. Start watching it. Like, watch Cheaters just to see how sneaky women are. Like, I know that from experience that you don't really truly know women until you've been the other guy. And once you've been the other guy, it's kind of hard to trust them because you've seen how sneaky they is. You know, I remember I had an ex
oh
girlfriend.
man.
We were together. We were together, and she cheated on me. Well, we cheated on each other. And I was young. We would just cheat on each other, stupid ass shit. We all have a past, and we would just cheat on each other and shit. Like, well, I had to get her back. She had to get me back. Dumb shit. I was like 21. I was young. Like I say, I'm older now. I'm like about to be 40, so it was a long time ago. Um, it's just getting worse, bro.
Oh man.
It's not going to go back. It's just that people are in denial. People are in denial, but people don't realize that everything evolves, just like technology, just like the way we drive, the way we eat, the way we buy coffee, the way we watch TV. But for whatever reason, people aren't willing to accept that relationship dynamics have evolved.
They're so messed up in Western countries. Like if guys like Will Smith, Johnny Depp can get absolutely wrecked,
Right. See, people need to look at that instead of looking at it like don't. Oh my God, I'm shocked. Look at it and realize that it can happen to you too.
of course they're like the most high value guys you can possibly, rich, famous, good looking, extremely rich, like, you know what I mean? They can have any woman and they still get ran over by these women,
Right.
so imagine the average guy. He's gonna get wrecked like really badly. You know what I mean? I mean, I've I've hooked up with chicks like plenty of times that have boyfriends and they
It jades you, bro. It
huh?
jades you. It jades you. It leaves you
Oh,
jaded. You can't go back into the same. But you just always want to be an exception, just like me. Like shout out to Hazel Eyes. See, I'm a guy who's in the manosphere who speaks red pill content. But guess what? Females support me, bro.
some
Females
people,
support me.
yeah. Sometimes like it gets to a point where they have to accept the truth.
Mhm. But you know what? You know why females support me? Because I'm real. OG Rick,
OG
where's
Rick
OG
in the house.
Rick? What's up, bro?
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's cool, man. I don't know. It's like I don't envy anyone being you know getting into relationships in Western society right now. I mean, uh, I think we're all kind of products of our environment in a way. So you know,
You know what's crazy though, bro, is people always try to shame me in relationships, but then the people that do that are never really happy in the relationship that they're in. Ain't that crazy? Guys will be like, "You need to try this married life. You happy? No, but you gonna die alone." How you gonna tell me? How you gonna tell me what is bad for me? Like, how do you know dying for alone? Dying alone ain't a fear of mine. You know what I'm saying? I just want to live happy and live the best life that I can live, and then whatever happens after that happens. I don't live in fear of, oh my god, I'm gonna be old and I'm gonna die alone. Like you're gonna
misery
die
loves
alone
company.
anyway, bro. You're gonna
Misery,
be with a girl for 50 years, and then you're gonna die alone, and then she's gonna find her a new man when she got that money from y'all marriage and shit.
yeah, misery loves company, man. Like it's like these washed up, spinster chicks will tell young women not to, get married, not to have kids, you know, because misery loves company. They could say like tell the truth and be like, oh, you shouldn't make the same mistakes I made. You should like, you should find a man. You should like have a family. You'll. But they won't do that. Some will, but majority of them won't because they want people to suffer with them. It's human nature. It's kind of dark, but it's like,
Yeah, that it's crazy, bro, how that is. People got to realize that everybody doesn't have the same idea of happiness. Just like I got a cousin. Oh, I got two cousins, and like both of them are married. One of them lives in Atlanta. I just seen a few days ago, and one of them lives back at home. But the thing is they wanted to have. All I want is a wife to have, be compatible with, and have kids, raise a family. See, but that's not happiness as a whole. That's just happiness for them. See, me, I want to have a lot of money. See, they don't care about that, and not just them, but just period. Like everybody doesn't have the same thing. Some people might want to be like Jonathan and stay on the high rise of the Ritz Carlton and ball out. Me, I want to live in a shipping container hole somewhere in the forest by the lake so I can go rafting and shit and smoke weed. You know, so it's totally different. You know.
hmm, that sounds good to me. Living in the forest, going rafting, smoking some weed. Yeah,
Yeah, just chill. Like, I wanna like come out and see people. I don't want everybody having access to me. I want to just come dip out when I want to, and then go back to my sanctuary. You know.
yeah, man. Um, yeah, man. It's been a good chat, man. I don't know what are you up to these days? You working on anything new?
Yeah, I got a new book coming out Friday.
Oh, oh, tell us
Yeah.
about it.
My new book is called The Kingdom Classics. So if you guys don't know, in the chat, I have five published books out, and they're a vast variety. My first book, Conversation with the Mind, is a psychology book. It's about showing you how you can use control and perception to alter your life and to alter someone else's life. Then I have finesse game. Finesse is an acronym. Finding intent necessary never empowers someone else's endeavors. Right. So that's basically saying put yourself first. Finesse game. Game for a woman and a man can appreciate. That's a dating good book for women. Then I have Dominance Mindset of the King, which is a dating and principle books for men. It's kind of like Machiavelli and dating combined. Uh, you see what I'm saying? They fuck with me, you know?
That's cool,
And,
man.
and then that's that one. What's going on, beautiful? And then you should catch this playback, Millie. It's a very good interview. Just take my word on this. And then I have Analytical Confusion, which is like a book I have, and it's basically me just talking about dating and relationship from my perspective, not necessarily teaching, but just giving my ideologies of things. That way, when people hear my content, they can kind of see the background. So it's that kind of book, kind of like a Steve Harvey-ish kind of book, you know. And then I have The Keys to Future Self, which is basically a personal development book. This is a book that's not really dating. It's just about finding who you are within and becoming the best version of yourself.
Okay.
So that's that one. So the new one, Dominance Mindset of the King, what I did is people always ask me like, which book should I start with when they find my content or whatever, and I kind of tell them like it just depends on what you're looking for, you know. So with this book, I have it's about 100 pages. I have a chapter of each one of my books. So I have 5 books, so that's 5 chapters. So I have that in there, and then I have a workbook in there from the keys. If y'all like the keys, Future Self, how that book is set up, it's like a workbook on top of a book. Matter of fact, Millie, you need to buy that one too. You need to buy the keys to Future Self and leave me them reviews, baby. And so it's that kind of book. And then it's pretty cool too because my mother wrote the forward for that book. So now she's in the published book now. So she wrote the forward in there. And then I have a chapter of my new book that's gonna come out in a few months, which is called Conversation with the Souls, which is the sequel to my most popular book, Conversation with the Mind. So Conversation with the Mind was about two people, two souls, one in control of the other one in the process of how that came to be. Conversation with the Souls is about those souls and how they pertain to life, and it's just a cool story. It's a continuation. So I have the first chapter of that book in this Kingdom Classics book. Then like an Analytical Confusion, I have like some of my personal art and painting and stuff in there. So I just put some different kind of art from my background from when I was younger, so people can kind of get a sense of who I am and my creative mindset.
That's cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool that you're into art as well. Gotta check
Mm-hmm.
that out. Um, yeah, man, it's been dope. It's always good talking to you, man. We'll be doing it again, no doubt.
Good. I'll send you a copy via email when it drops too.
Dope, man. I'm gonna get that. So where can people get your book?
All my books are available on Amazon.com. Just go ahead and go to Amazon and you just type in. See, that's what happens when you get popular. Because if you type in AFI, the book gonna come up. So people, you can't tell me you can't find the book. Because if you type in my name, it's gonna pop up all my shit. So yeah, go to Amazon.com. Type in Afi Kingdom, AFI Kingdom. Cop all of those books, and I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna put them on sale. Whenever the new books, I'm gonna put all my books on sale for half price because people are gonna read this new book and they're gonna get a new favorite, and I'm gonna make it easy for them because at the end of the day, I am a teacher and I push for people to read. I want people to read books. I happen to read books because I just like to read books and not watch TV, but it's natural for me. So I want to make it easy and obtainable for people to get content that they can enjoy. Um, and then also follow me on Instagram at Dominance Mindset and Raw. Well, actually, I just changed. I got to change this. Matter of fact, you remember the webinar we did? I changed my title on my Instagram, but I forgot to change it on this. So it's not Dominance Mindset Raw Game no more. It's King Afi Genius. Wait, no,
Cool,
no, no,
man.
no. It's King Genius Afi. My bad.
King
I gotta
Genius.
change this. Yeah, King
Dope, man.
Genius Afi. Or if you can just type in Afi Kingdom podcast. And then I do a show every day, 7:30 a.m. 7:30 a.m. every single day, Monday through Friday. I've been taking the day off this week just because I'm just spending time with my mother. I hadn't seen her in like a year, so we're just hanging out. But back on Monday, be back on schedule. So y'all slide through to my show. We have a good time. We have some chat parties. I cam up. I'm not a mystery guy. We have some technical stuff, but I do show myself. I'm not one of these MGTOW dictionary guys who talks behind a fake ass shit. I'm a real fucking guy. So
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
y'all slide through, and when y'all slide through to my shows, most importantly, make yourselves known. I don't watch my shit and don't say nothing and take credit. If you guys watch my, I don't like that. I don't like when people refer to shows that they watched And I'd be like, well, how come you didn't say what's up, fool? You know, that's what the chat is for, man. So when
So
y'all do
sure.
slide through, yeah, we don't have to have a conversation, but just salute me. Hey, what's up, Afi? Salute me and salute the chat, like the video. But yeah, come Monday, 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hit me up on Instagram. I respond to every DM, every comment I get. I respond to every single one of them. So, you know, I'm easy to get in contact with.
That's dope, man. That's dope, man. Cool, man. We'll be in touch soon, man. So as usual, put like, comment, subscribe.
And y'all share the video too. You got that's in this game for you too. Emphasize. You start emphasizing when you do your shows, bro. I know I can't say that you do, but focus more on the share. It's a little bit more than the like. Like gets the viewers in, but the share gets the views.
Share around,
People
guys.
think, yeah, people be thinking views is just views, like somebody just finds your content and help people view it. No. The views come from, just think about Facebook. When you're on Facebook and you see viral content, look how many shares it has. That's how come it made it to you. So y'all share the video.
Yeah.
Cool. Liking the videos is just telling us, when you like the video, that's just saying, oh, Mac, we like the video. But when you share it, you're sharing it to everyone you like. That's the difference.
Absolutely, yeah. Sharing is key. Spreading the message, spreading the good word. Okay,
Yes,
cool,
sir.
man. We'll cut it there, but we'll be talking soon. All right, peace out. Have a good one. Thanks for joining, guys. Bye bye.
Good. Peace.